Hi guys, so the reason why I wanted to start this YouTube channel is because I want to bring more awareness to people who get abused, sexually assaulted. I want to help and just want to clarify that you're not alone and it's okay to speak up. I'm basically just going to be going over how my life was till now. Growing up, family always argued, all that kind of stuff. When I was 3, my mom left after my mom and dad, split up. So I had to move in with my dad. He did drugs, alcohol, stole things, been to jail so many times when I was growing up that it was always painful to experience that. And where I lived, it was a townhouse. Crimes everywhere, you can never get away from it. You just have to, try to deal with it. Our family had money, but it was never used on what we needed. It was always used on drugs, stuff like that. I started becoming anorexic because there was never food. By never food, I mean like junk food, McDonald's, all that kind of stuff that, it's unhealthy. And my grandmother, she started coming at me when I started getting older. Everything I did was wrong. Why do you have acne? Get rid of it. You're not cleaning your face enough. And I didn't have a mom growing up. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. She never told me anything. I never was explained what to do, so I didn't know what to do. So that experience was never fun. 10, 11 years ago, I met someone across the street, and her name was Jacob. They're out there. And my mom and my dad, yes, they are my parents. So she lived across the street from me, and it was raining outside, and my friend who was friends with Jacob was across the street and was like, "Hey Bree, come on over, come meet my friend." So I came over and we met each other, and we instantly, clicked. We went inside her house, we played for 3 hours, and I had to go back to that house. When I started getting older, from 9, 10-ish, I think, till when I was 12 years old, my uncle, we're not going to really call him uncle, we're going to call him Ron, because that's his name. Ron, he started, touching me and, doing all these kind of things. And I was 9, 10, 11. I didn't know what was going on. And so I didn't know what was going on. And it was all happening so fast. I didn't know what to do. So basically he was grooming me. If you don't know what that is, it's manipulating children into thinking touching them and all that kind of stuff, molesting is okay, and it's not okay. It makes me so mad. He started touching me and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't know what to do. I couldn't tell anyone because I didn't know what was happening. But when I was around 11, so 2 years later, it was still happening all the time, constantly. When I was around 11, I started to realize that the way he's touching me and talking to me it doesn't feel right. It makes me feel uncomfortable and it doesn't feel good. So he started realizing that I started realizing that it was not okay. So when it was just me and him in a room, everybody else was, in other rooms. And there's barely any rooms, but you know what I mean. He came up to me and he was like, "If you ever tell anyone that I'm touching you or doing this to you, I will kill you." So I had this big thing, holding me down, because I couldn't tell anyone, and now I knew that it wasn't okay. I 100% knew that it wasn't okay, because why would he threaten me over something that was, okay? So I was like, what am I doing? How do I stop this? So I was always thinking about it. He'd always try to come to me. I'd always try to avoid him, but it's hard to, because it's a small house. So many people, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my dad, Ron, my cousin, even my cousin stayed there at the time. So it was all these people in this small townhouse. I could never get away from anybody. No privacy when I was growing. So I had nothing. But Jacob and my mom and dad, they moved like 15 minutes away from where they used to live, which is across the street from me. And I didn't see him as much, but when I did, I started constantly going over to their house, started opening up to them more. They always knew that something was going on. By them, I mean mom and dad. It came to the point where I tried telling my dad what was happening, and I came up to him when it was just us two, and I was like, "Hey Dad, I have something to tell you. Ron, he's like touching me and it's making me uncomfortable, like," and I can literally quote this. This is what he said. "No, he's not. He is not touching you like that. Even if he was, when we move out of this house, he's gonna be there because he helps pay the bills." So, made me so confused because my biological dad kept someone that was hurting me and abusing me and was just letting him continue to do it. Like, he was basically saying, "I don't care, he still can if he wants to." And that's not okay. So I started opening up to them more. And there was a time where I finally confessed that he was assaulting me. They were like, "Do you want to do something about it?" Like, and I was like, "Yes, I don't want to stay there anymore." So the police got involved. Not much of proof really that he was doing it because I didn't have any marks or anything like that. But I told them what was happening. It was a very hard time because I had to start getting fostered by them, and I'm so thankful that they started fostering me because I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably still be in the foster system because I was like getting older and everything. But oh gosh. So, started fostering me. They started making me go into the foster system because the house that I lived at, they finally realized wasn't a good place for a kid to live at. For like 3 years, I had to be in the foster care system even though I was already ready to be adopted by them. And they were already ready. But my biological dad didn't want that for some reason, even though he never took care of me or anything like that. Well, Ronald, we got a call that he was like sick in the hospital bed and that he died. That was something, but I still didn't get what I wanted. He just got to go away and no consequences. My dad didn't believe me. My grandmother didn't believe me. No one believed me there. They believed me. They support me. They did everything they could to make sure that I was okay. But yeah, I just want to let it out because I feel like I really need to let it out. So now, I'm 16. I live in this beautiful home with this beautiful family. And I'm as happy as I've ever been. There was a lot of struggles. Even when I lived here, I had to go to counseling and therapy. And I had to talk to my biological dad sometimes. I don't talk to him anymore. But I do know that I have the biggest support system I could ever ask for. They support me through everything I do. And Jacob was there for me through everything too. It's crazy. So was Caitlin. The main reason why I wanted to make this video was to show awareness towards people that are also being sexually assaulted and abused. If you're a survivor, know you're not alone. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say besides I'm not in contact with my bio family anymore. And when I lived here and was in contact with them, I was at like another lowest in my life because of them. Every single time we were on call together. With my bio dad, when he did drugs and all that kind of stuff, who had to take care of him? Me. I did. A 10, 9, 11-year-old that had to take care of a 40-year-old because he couldn't even walk. I had to remind him to sleep because he never slept. That's not okay. You know how stressful it was growing up? I had to keep him in line. When I got rides to school, in middle school and elementary school, my grandmother had to take me. Every single time we were in the car together, we'd argue. She'd always say I was too grown. Well, maybe stop treating me like I'm an adult. I didn't even get to live as a child. That was my life. I'm not proud of it. But it brought me to who I am today, and I am so proud of myself. My DMs are always open if you ever need help or need to talk about something. I'm always open to talk. I love you all. Any questions, you can ask them. Please be nice in the comments to each other. Please support each other. Please love each other. Love yourself.